following contest is scheduled for one fall, and it is for the World Heavyweight
Podcast.
Nerd! Nerd!
Entering the ring at this time, your tag team champions of the podcast world, Howard Farewell.
But we're just waiting for the wheels to fall off. Yes, 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 yes. Get rid of your six-sided ring array.
Josh Rivera.
God does not want this podcast to happen.
You happy I brought my shovel to bury this segment?
What station is it again? Who gives a fuck?
Yabba dabba, shut the fuck up.
The World Heavyweight Podcast.
Let's do one of these. We're at the home studio again. Welcome to the World Heavyweight Podcast.
Somebody needs to go back to the other studio and pick up some
No, I
files.
have all the production here. We've even got new things now, too. I'm Howie Farewell. That over there is Josh Rivera. How's everybody doing? Wednesday evening this time at the WHPC on Twitter, Facebook.com/World Heavyweight Podcast, WorldHeavyweightPodcast.podbean.com. Leave a review. Check it out on YouTube. Like, share, comment, subscribe.
Did you disable our YouTube comments? Oh, dear Lord, you did it. Quick.
To the account page. Busy week. Another busy week in our world, even though I spend much of it on my own, and I had not had any food. I'm kind of half delirious right now. I'm not going to lie, people. We just watched a little Kings of Pro Wrestling because that came out this weekend as well, in addition to Hell in a Cell, which, outside of one thing from Hell in a Cell, I greatly enjoyed.
Absolutely.
I only have my sodium levels up fairly high for one segment from Hell in a Cell. But, as always, we have to begin every week with our little fantasy football roundup. I have to really give a super huge shout out to the chat room thing that we've got going on in this too, because we also sometimes have been chatting during pay-per-views and Raw or SmackDown or things like that. So I will scroll through this here because we got into a thing.
Let's go back.
Where I forgot who it was. Somebody was asking about tag teams and trying to say, oh, when do you think anybody on the tag team from NXT, why haven't they made the jump yet? And then we just start asking which ones they are. Ascension, Disciples of Pain, the Brainbusters, the Killer Bees, the Natural Disasters, and we just kept going.
Rock and Roll Express,
Money Inc., the Quebecers, the APA, Harlem Heat, the Nasty Boys, the Ding Dongs, and just kept going and going.
Rated
and going.
RKO.
So, but that's my thing. It's like, without a question, everybody just kept doing it.
Yeah.
So super huge shout out to everybody that's in the league for that specifically, because that
picking up on the joke.
just immediately went with it. There wasn't a question. It's just just keep naming all of the tag teams ever except for the actual answer. But I'm getting tired of putting up over 100 and something points and losing. I'm doing it in my other league, too, where I'm in the division every fucking time that has some of the hardest teams to play against every fucking season. And it's driving me crazy. I just dropped to, what was it? I'm 2-3 now. Still in the playoffs?
Not last.
Playoffs? Yeah, still in the playoffs. I would be playing.
So you're officially doing better than the Giants are right now.
Oh, yeah. The only people that aren't doing as well as the Giants are right now,
ask about me.
Apparently, everybody is ready. Spoiler, hashtag everyone's ready.
Yep.
No one is ready for Ask About Me because they're just getting blown out.
Not
every
catching
week.
Anybody by surprise.
Every week, dude, it's rough. This was another, 88? That's bad. That's the blowout of the week, I think, actually. That came up as they lost 156-34. I almost have to see like what happened. What happened? Odell before he snapped his leg in half?
Yeah.
Before his ankle.
That was moments before he was putting up, what was that? 20 points.
Put up 20 points this week from a guy with no leg and a team without an offensive line. Like, they are terrible this year. But that was the only person who put up any points. Oakland won. Was that Russell Wilson? Nope. Larry Fitzgerald? Nope. I mean, look at that right there. That's right there. Deshaun Watson, or whatever his name is, the quarterback for Houston, 45 fucking points on his own.
Yeah.
He won with 3 people.
Did he?
Fournette put up 31.
Where's his wide receiver or wherever he?
Right there. That's 20 points right there.
Yeah, there you go.
That's
who he was pitching it to.
Oh, no. The guy that was his wide receiver, like, didn't get, like, his number one guy. I have.
Yeah.
Didn't do a whole lot for me until the very end of the game when it didn't really matter.
Yeah.
Like, it was garbage time at that point, and I got it just to make that score that I lost by look like it's a good score. But I was down by 50 points going into Monday night. It was not good.
So it was close, though.
Yeah, but I mean, 142. You figure you're gonna probably I played.
I should have. This.
If I played anybody else but the House,
you would have beat him.
Face of
you would have
America,
beat him.
I have a W,
yeah.
and I'm looking great. I'd be 3-2. I'd be in 3rd place instead of 5th. Nerds for Braun, just doing exactly what Braun Strowman does every week, though. The first squeaker of a game only put up 92-1, which is surprising because that dude's been rolling. And Aurora is it's not good.
What was the they generated Yahoo News breakdown of that? Let's see.
Yeah, that's not that one. That's the like a Mike Tyson face tattoo. Captain Fat Belly's record against Aurora sticks out. Yeah, Aurora's only got a W over one team, but that's not out of the playoffs yet. I tell you what, there's nobody right now that is really out of it. Because the playoffs, you just got to be in the bottom 2 to be out of it. But you get another win, you go on a little bit of a streak here, and it's not too bad.
Yeah.
Because 2 and 3 gets you in the playoffs right now. So you get one win and I lose, and ta-da, you might be in this game. The Glorious 11, he gets a win. All of a sudden, everything changes at the bottom of the Mark division right there. The only people that look like they're pretty much guaranteed a playoff spot by this point.
Fat Belly and Nerds.
It's Fat Belly and Nerds.
Not a worry at all.
Well, not yet at least. But
yeah.
That has to be a dumpster fire of a problem at this point because playoffs start. I don't know. You can fuck this up.
Or
you can I'm just looking at the schedule altogether. There's
okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 weeks left. So there's 8 games left. Look, you go half and half. You go 4-4. If you're 5-0, you're making the playoffs. If you let 4 losses in this league, you're making it in. There's no real question. So I mean, you would have to have a dumpster fire happen on your team in order to blow that. But I mean, as far as my games, look at that. Look, every game except for like the first one, 100 and something points. I'm putting over 120 points every week, which is my only silver lining. Is because if I show up against somebody that doesn't put that up, and I'm just consistency is key, and I'm going to hope that leads me to maybe a division title or something. Not a division title. I'll win in the playoffs somewhere. I'll figure it out. My team's too good to lose so much. Glorious 11, you're fucked this week, I think. If you have your matchup this week, if you're not ready to go, I'm coming. Oh, Carlos went. Oh, yeah, it's not good for you. Anyway, we'll do standings real quick again. Captain Fat Belly and Braun, they're going to be in first place for a little while.
And those are in separate leagues, right?
For a little while.
Yeah.
The separate divisions.
Separate divisions, sorry.
They're going to be there for a little while. I mean, they'd have to lose 2 just to have anybody even start sniffing. Because if they ask about me, come on. You guys can do better.
Currently on the Kurt Hawkins run is ask about me.
Fat Nerds and Fat Belly 1 and 2, 3 and 4 with the same record, respectively. New Face of America and The House. Pickle Rick in 5th. Glorious 11 and 6th. Aurora 7. Ask About Me 8. She said she was trying to make a trade. I don't know with who. Because I don't see anybody
There
on her
isn't
team.
a trade that's gonna.
I don't know who's on her team that's worthy of a trade.
Yeah, like who are you gonna?
Like, who are you giving it? Phillip Rivers, maybe. That's like the only guy. But
it's the only guy putting up
him.
points.
Matt Ryan.
Yeah,
maybe. Jimmy Graham, maybe. I don't know. Hey, you know what?
Come back when you got something good.
Ask About Me is just, I don't know what is happening here. Like,
yep.
Putting up 500 points, putting up more points than some other teams in this league, but I don't know. Anyway, that's football. It happens on Sundays. We love it. I'm enjoying it. It's a great time. I just really didn't care this weekend, mainly because, I don't know. This Sunday was weird for me. I don't know. I don't go out anymore, dude. It's becoming a problem. It's becoming a serious problem. Hell in a Cell was this weekend, though.
Yeah.
That was kind of a big deal. But before we get into Hell in a Cell, there's a couple of things that I did want to hit on that we didn't get that sort of came out right after we left last week. More importantly, not necessarily more importantly, but other big news, War Games is back. Like, it's official now. We were just talking about that, like, literally either, I forget whether we said it during.
Starcade's back. Yeah, what?
I don't remember whether we said it during the episode because we talk about so much when the mics are off.
Yeah,
I forget because I don't remember whether I mentioned the Sami Zayn thing last week, which I feel like I pitched on the show, but I don't remember. But we talked about War Games, and I'm pretty sure we didn't talk about that on the air. But you were pitching.
Yeah,
it's like, wait, maybe if they do 2 rings, and I'm like, no,
like,
they're not going to do 2.
Would
rings.
it be feasible? Because obviously the one thing on everyone's mind is, hey, what's that other ring in there doing? You know, it's just going to be empty. It's just going to be empty. So I am excited about the announcement. The fact they're going to do a themed NXT takeover, which it's been a while.
Yeah,
I think maybe the end was the last one.
Yeah, there wasn't really a theme.
With the cage, with the big cage match in the main event. But the fact that they're going to not stop with Starcade, they're actually going to go a step further and bring back a match that like I'll be honest, it's on the network, but I can't tell you I could tell you maybe on one hand how many WCW pay-per-views I watched.
I'm sure there's one of those that's you can watch, and then because I know that one's kind of, from what I remember, it's a little notorious for being not that great.
That one or World War III, the one with 3 rings and like 20 fucking guys.
Oh, I don't remember. There's something there's something similar that I kind of remember as not being that great. So, but I'm pretty sure. I'm sure if we look it up, there's one definitive fall brawl with War Games in it that you have to see.
Yeah.
And that's it.
I imagine it was the first one, and then when they tried it again,
I just never
didn't quite work out.
I just never really was a WCW kid, so I didn't pay attention. I had no idea. I have this idea that I want to take before each pay-per-view, I want to watch the previous year's pay-per-view. And I kind of showed you what I had set up for try and do that to get the recording done. Mm-hmm. So it should work. So we might turn that into a video thing too, where we just watch the previous pay-per-view just to kind of, I guess, see how bad it is. Just so we
criticize it, yeah.
Not criticize it. I mean, just like I want to be positive but I just want to give us a comparison to where we were from the same place last year. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind if it was like the video I showed you earlier before we started.
Something that's exactly what I'm going for with the whole like picture and everything that you're seeing there.
Yeah.
So
instead of Seth and Dean talking about their Hell in a Cell match from
it's
3 years ago,
talking about Hell in a Cell from the previous.
Yeah, like
the whole show though.
Look at this thing. Yeah,
and we could maybe do that with War Games too.
Obviously not like a 3-hour version, but like
I'm thinking the whole thing, dude.
I'm thinking we could bring it down to like the
we'll
clips.
Stream it live. We'll do it live.
Man,
we'll do it on Twitch.
That's torture, though. Some of these shows, though. Some of these shows.
The whole point.
I'm just like, nah.
We get somebody funnier than us to help us out, and we watch.
Mm-hmm.
We watch some of the old stuff. Like, there's plenty of podcasts that already do it. I'm suggesting we do it live on Twitch, though, too. Get everybody involved. Have the chat room going too. It's already set. I can do it. All I have to do It's just hit play on the pay-per-view, and we can all watch it live. You guys get to be a part of the show, too. We will talk to the chat and see how it's going on. Crackwise in there, and we just have fun and watch maybe some shitty old pay-per-views, maybe some good ones. And I'll release the full audio as a podcast. Maybe if YouTube doesn't shut it down, I'll put it on the YouTube page, too.
That's what I'm saying, though.
I'm saying, like Wednesday nights or something.
Like a 3-hour podcast episode?
Yeah. We'll do it live. Streamers go for 6 hours a day.
Well, it's because they have no lives.
No, that is their lives, is they do that. They just do that, and people donate. Look, I want to do it on Twitch. I say we do it live, and then 3 hours, whatever. We all just sit and watch dumb wrestling pay-per-views.
All right.
We're all doing it at home anyway, right?
Well, the one thing I'm having trouble understanding is how you can do that and it not be boring.
Because we're cracking wise and making fun of it as we're doing it. We're constantly it's gonna be like a director's commentary, like we just saw with Dean and Seth.
Yeah, do you know how long that
But
video
we
was?
do it all.
9 minutes.
Right.
Not the whole match, which was about 45. Because it took forever just to start.
I see plenty of stuff that's on Twitch that go for hours long.
All right, well,
and it's not an uncommon thing. I feel like we would do it. I feel like we can do it. We should totally do it. We'll get maybe some other people to Skype in or something like that and just make fun. I don't know. We can do it. Why not? Let's give it. I want to do it. I say fuck it. Let's go. We want to do. I was pitching it anyway. We just watch the pay-per-view and let's give us some. Because I'm not nearly as funny without the mic sometimes. And it's just sometimes some of the lines we say when they're not going are just really funny. I don't know. I say let's go for it.
I'm not too crazy about a camera aspect because
so you don't have to.
Because
the camera doesn't have to be on.
The funny tends to happen with a red cup in my hand. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. The camera doesn't have to be there. Like I said, I've got the logo in the corner. We just do that.
Yeah,
if that's what we want to do.
That's not my only. That's not what I'm worried about.
We are going to say something stupid.
Yes.
That's the point, though, isn't it?
We're going to say something stupid, and we'll see how that goes.
Yeah. All right. So what was I doing again? Where were we going with this?
We went off on a tangent.
Where were we going? War games, right?
Yes.
So I'm saying, but we can do that with war games. We do something dumb because war games is notoriously terrible too.
Well, there's only been a few matches from what I understand, and it went away as a gimmick because it was just a little bit because it got ridiculous when they added the third ring. At that point, it was just like, all right, that's dumb. Moving on. Unfortunately, that line wasn't used enough when it came to WCW ideas.
Yeah,
some of them were great, but like I said, man, I can count how many WCW pay-per-views I've seen on one hand because getting some of it is just hot garbage. Not all of it.
Yeah.
Some of it's just hot garbage.
Yeah. Apparently, I'm finding out that some of our sound effects from the last episode was a little loud over everything. But I mean, it's like I don't have as much
nerds.
I don't have nearly as much control with the setup that I have, so I can't have it all on one volume meter. So it's a trial and error. I'll adjust it.
It's a work in progress.
Yeah, exactly. If I have a different setup, I'll be able to control things and feed things a little bit more. But yes, war games. The other thing that ended up coming out of on Monday night.
We'll wait to talk about war games until it gets closer.
Yeah. I mean, the fact it is happening. There's going to be 2 rings.
Yes.
There's going to be a giant steel cage.
On top of
it, they have kind of spoilery announced the combatants that are going to be in war games. But I'm going to, like you just said, we'll talk about that when that's announced. I like to talk about NXT when it's done through their television show.
Yeah,
because everything else is.
Like
we've got the news.
That's
from
one
the people
show
that
I don't like, spoiled for me, with a few exceptions, i.e., Asuka dropping the title.
Right.
Like if you knew that and didn't tell me, I would have hit you with this microphone.
Right.
What are you talking about?
But it's also one of those things like it's presented a different way.
Yeah.
When you see it happen on their television show than via a couple of screenshots on Twitter.
Yeah.
Because the way it comes across when we watch it on TV. You get a different feeling of it. You get a different. It's the way it's presented means a very lot.
Yeah.
So we could just say a bunch of names that are on a list and then go but I'm not going to be excited about that because I don't know what's happening.
I'd rather wait until they make the announcement.
Right. And you don't know what the story is, so there's a lot of questions that need to be asked. So that rather than just do that, let's just wait for the TV and then find out how they
Wait for the story.
Exactly.
That's what I was saying about. That's what I'm saying
NXT's
about.
been very good.
Yes.
The Velveteen Dream and Aleister Black. I love that. That's say my name. Say my name. It's wonderful. What is it? So we have War Games. We got 2 rings. We got all that. Kings of Pro Wrestling. We have a few new champions after Kings of Pro Wrestling. Will Ospreay finally beat the Time Splitter Kushida, who was kind of acting like a dick. It was a very good match.
Well, absolutely, man. If you're going in a match against an opponent who is 0-4 against you, you're going to be a little cocky. Like, yeah, what has this guy got this time? What's he going to hit me with? And it was a
very good match.
Very cool match.
Very good match. I highly suggest checking that out.
Don't skip to it. Don't skip once that match ends, because then you got to have that little quick promo with his next challenger.
Yeah. His next new challenger is Marty Scurll, but I would suggest checking out the end of that match as well, because how that leads up into that is pretty fucking. It's pretty funny. It's pretty good. RPG 3K. We find out who they are. It's the Tempora Boys.
Yes.
They are super over, and your new junior heavyweight tag team champions. Congratulations to them. Evil loses to Okada, but the big news out of that, besides Evil losing, is love the intro, love the hype. Hype package get you hype.
Yes.
All the time.
There's
and
a
that
particular
one was
reason
awesome.
you liked about it was because
it's a weird, spooky anime.
Exactly. And as soon as you buy in that they're trying it to be an anime, you go, oh, okay, this is really cool.
It looks like something from Hellsing or something like that, where he's like being summoned through a portal in the floor.
Look like we tuned into like a sci-fi special with the cheesy graphics,
but
it's
some
pro wrestling.
Yeah,
it's pro wrestling though. That's when you can use.
But that looked good. When it's put into a sci-fi original sort of thing, it just looks bad.
Yeah, it's usually hot.
But that one's they did that with the attempt to have it look right, and that was actually done really well. But the biggest news out of that was Okada is he's now become the longest reigning IWGP heavyweight champion of all time.
He's got we had to cut the promo afterwards in the press conference short because we had to record, but yeah, he is now going to officially be the man. That title is going to remain uncontested until Wrestle Kingdom.
Just about, right? Because he's going to defend it one more time, right?
I don't think he's defending a power struggle.
They got to do one more because there's a lot of time before January.
2 months. It goes by quick.
Yeah, it's
with their schedule. Months. It goes by quick.
I figured maybe in November.
No,
give them a 2-month run to go to Wrestle Kingdom.
The big show in November is going to be Power Struggle, and that without having they haven't announced a card yet, really. But from what I understand, it's historically going to be the lower. It's going to be the lower titles are going to be contested because there's typically a couple changes,
right?
And to set up Wrestle Kingdom.
All right.
The only thing that's set right now for that is the main event.
Naito versus whoever the champ is.
Successfully defended his case against Ishii. Is he going to defend it again at Power Struggle? That's a possibility.
Maybe
that could be a main event. But as far as
who else did he lose to in the G1?
I believe it was. I think that was really it. I mean, the reason why they had this match is because not only was that in G1, but it was also. Ishii also beat him for the U.S. title tournament back in July 1st.
Okay.
So he had a couple wins against him, and it only made sense that he was going to come after him. So why not?
Right now,
Ishii
I wasn't sure if there was just anybody else that was there or not. So, the other thing that's happening this weekend is an pay-per-view for everybody that wants to check out some Ring. Speaking of New Japan,
yes. Global Wars.
We're doing
this week.
round 2 of the War of the Worlds ish series.
No, it's Global Wars.
I know it's Global Wars, but I combine Global Wars and War of the Worlds all together. This is the first time that they're doing like 2 in like different seasons because they usually all do it all at once. But this year they've split it up and now they're doing a second partnership tour where they're going to have 4 shows in Buffalo, Chicago, and the other 2 cities I'm blanking on right now. Pittsburgh
and Columbus.
That's all happening this weekend. So they're doing 4 nights in a row. I'm pretty sure they're doing some TV on one of them, and the other two are going to be live shows. But this Saturday is an pay-per-view, so get it at ringofhonorwrestling.com, and then get it at the Fight app as well, which you can use to stream to your Chromecast or via your Xbox.
Scream it to me.
Do they do Chromecast, or is it only Xbox One?
It works on Chromecast.
Okay, so it works on Chromecast now as well. The app is usually pretty decent from what I have used it before. But if you ever have any issues, ringofhonorwrestling.com is the place to be as well. And I believe you could probably also get it through some cable providers as well, or is that not one? Not that one? Just this one, iPay-per-view. Okay, sorry. Scratch that last part.
No.
Big match on that one. You get to see the IWGP United States Champion defend his title against Yoshihashi.
Yep. Public exercise.
Yeah, pretty much.
As
He's
Kenny
gonna be just putting the boots to him, I think. There's no reason that Yoshihashi wins to me.
I don't
if
think
he wins,
so,
I'd be shocked.
But I would tell you that would be a real shock to the system.
And that might make huge news.
I think that absolutely would. Maybe that's one of the reasons why they would put it on iPay-per-view, but it is going to be. I'm still looking forward to it because, we haven't been watching a whole lot of New Japan lately because WWE has been fairly high here and there. But
it just takes up most of the news cycle is all the WWE stuff.
It does.
It's really difficult to watch New Japan on a regular basis and then have to keep informed about all the things that are happening in WWE and their shows and NXT and then Ring of Honor. So I might
New
be
Japan
up,
is in the.
I'm playing Destiny 2 a lot. I mean, come on.
New Japan is
good.
going through the works of just trying to bring up their mid card guys to make them more main event worthy, because at some point that's where they might be. Right. You know I know the Gorillas are introduced a cousin to try to start their into the family.
Yeah,
and
I love it.
So I'm definitely looking for that Kenny Yoshihashi match. The most of the card is going to be some tag team team matches play. The end of the junior heavy. The end of the junior heavy promo is going to be a match.
What do you mean?
So Marty Scurll wants to challenge Will Ospreay to the junior heavy title. Right. He's not the only one.
Okay.
Hiramu Takahashi also wants to challenge. So until they do that, they're gonna have a singles match. On that show. No, it is.
It is on that show.
It's scheduled on that iPay-per-view in
cool.
Chicago, along with something you've been looking forward to, Colt Cabana versus Tori Yano.
Yes. I just want to see Toru.
I just want to see a kick in the ding-ding finish. Those are the best. I didn't want to go too far, but from Kings of Pro Wrestling, I skipped that second match and I came back, and he previous match with Suzuki, he tied up Suzuki and was kicked him in the ding-ding for the win. Suzuki was going to give him the same thing. He was going to tie him up on the outside, but what happened? Kick in the ding-ding on the outside, and Yano gets the count-out victory.
It was great.
And steals his championship, so this man just
annihilated everyone. I forgot who said who's been using kind of that gag in the football chat too. It's like, shut up, he can hear us.
Yeah. Every time he got close to the desk, Callis would just drop his mic and run. That's exactly what he did. 2 occasions at least.
Oh, it's great. Okay, cool. So that's gonna happen. So iPay-per-view this weekend from Chicago. Next up, Hell in a Cell. I have some
good news, everyone.
Exactly. Thank you, Professor. Somebody is a new holder of the Stone Cold Locks Championship.
Yeah, suck it.
I'm
sorry. That's I don't want to get a cease and desist letter. Eat my.
It's pretty close.
Eat dirt, sir.
Grab the list, please.
Sweetie. I thought you had it in front of you.
No, I don't have it over here. I have a different one. This is mine. These are my notes. Those are your notes, sir.
All these lists look the same. Anyway,
let's see. So the final score was 4-3.
On a technicality.
Not a technicality.
Technicality.
It's not technicality. I lost the title before because of this.
We immediately had it's one of those. Wait, what was the precedent of this again?
The precedent was
right.
It was whatever the match finish says it is. So if it's a DQ,
a victory is a victory.
Charlotte wins, yes, but she doesn't get the title. we've had this happen before,
Yes.
and I lost the argument because I was on the losing side of the match, and you wanted a W. So I'm like, as long as we do this from now on, that's the way it is. It's not wherever the title ends up. It's whoever wins the match. You play to win the game.
The great part was as soon as I brought up, I'm like, wait, so what's the
no,
thing? And
no,
you immediately pump the brakes on me. You're like, nope, we are not changing it again. I'm like, oh, whoa. Tranquilo. I was just seeing where was the precedent. I could have went to the record books, but you saved me the trip.
Myself and the hive mind of the Twitter voters all picked the same, almost. Not picked the same, but the shockers from... Well, not shockers. I was going to say. I don't know what I was trying to say there. No cash in, but I went 4-3. That's how either way some of these things went. The Bobby Roode match was all right. Nothing huge.
It was what it was.
The thing that I need to...
Now, I got to say right off the bat, though. Oh, go ahead. I think you're about to say it. No. I think you're about to say it.
No, the Dolph Ziggler entrance is terrible.
You don't like it?
The record scratch has to go.
No, it's great.
It's awful.
Because it's awful.
It's terrible.
Wait a minute. I don't need an entrance.
But he lost.
Yes. Yeah.
But
he lost in the best possible way.
No. And then on
he lost in the best possible way.
Yeah, I know.
But get the tights, hit the zigzag at the end anyway, and in your mind declare yourself the winner because you are the greatest in-ring performer of all time.
And then on Tuesday they have an "Oh no, baby."
Oh yeah.
Oh no, baby, what is you doing? I tried to get the drop for that, but I couldn't find a clean one before the show.
Somebody needs to go to the studio and just grab all that shit.
Well, I don't have that one in the studio. I have "We Love, Baby." No, I don't have.
Oh, you don't have that.
I don't have an "Oh no, baby, what is you doing?"
Oh, okay.
But that we do need that one for any time somebody fucks up.
Oh boy.
Because there's a lot. That is not the first time somebody has forgotten their lines in a key spot in the last couple of weeks. Could have been worse. That's the only part of SmackDown that really grinded me to a halt.
That did?
On Tuesday.
Yeah.
On Tuesday. Well, because it just threw everything on Tuesday. But there are other times.
I mean, it did raise a lot of criticism. We're like, what are we doing with this? What are we doing with this feud? It feels a lot like Ziggler Nakamura. Like almost like we're going through the motions, except we're giving it an extra spin of Dolph Ziggler arguing that you're not. It does sound kind of like Nakamura. You're nothing more than an entrance, except going a step further where he doesn't even need his own.
I guess.
But
I
yeah,
don't know.
But yeah, Bobby totally totally forgot what he was saying. What was I think I was eating or I was cleaning up and listening to the promo, and then I just hear nothing. I look at the screen and it's just Dolph staring at Bobby, and Bobby's just like,
Bobby,
I'm gonna beat you anyway. I'm like, oh, Bobby, oh no,
oh no, baby.
Oh, he forgot everything. Holy shit! Hell, save him, Dolph.
Yeah, but we were pretty good. The only thing that didn't really make sense, well, there's a couple of things that Hell in a Cell that really didn't make sense. But let's go with the positive stuff.
Okay.
Because there's a lot of Hell in a Cell was great.
Hell in a Cell show
was great.
Awesome show.
It was. Let me see. I apologize if it's too loud. A little bit of that. A lot of that. A lot of yes.
The network didn't exist, and that pay-per-view happened with the hype that it had going with it. I think I would have dropped money on it. If the network didn't exist and that was a standard pay-per-view, I would have been very happy with it. Because that was awesome.
It was pretty good. I'm not gonna lie.
You start right off the bat with the tag team championship titles on the line.
Can we talk about the tag team championship match?
That was my favorite match of the night.
That could be my favorite match of the year.
That wasn't my favorite wrestling match. We'll get to that. But my match of the night had to have been that brawl.
Yeah, dude.
Everything they didn't do was going to be done later. But man, they did all in.
When they started pinning, I forget it whether it's Jimmy or Jay, into the corner with kendo sticks. That was when I'm like, oh no, this is gonna be bananas.
Oh, the beating that Woods took.
Yeah,
When
with
they-
the
handcuffs over the. Oh.
I just don't know how he got out.
Oh.
Like, how does he get off of that?
Well,
I didn't
They
notice.
didn't show you because Avi he was gonna make a save, which he just
Right,
looked
but
like
I
a dead
mean-
fish. Just dove in.
I just feel like we should have seen him get out somehow. I don't know. I understand, but
There's
I mean,
so much
it
going
just feels
on.
like that was an impossible to get out of sort of thing. You know what I mean? Like he is not getting out of this anytime soon sort of situation.
You know,
and then he comes out of
You know,
there.
he probably was. It probably was some super athletic and he just
Well, he needs
legs over his head and just went over it.
or
I don't know.
or the ref helped him.
Yeah,
because that was tough.
maybe Kofi put a kendo stick out to step on.
Yeah, just coming with the rainbow taped kendo stick. You can either I'm gonna love that or I'm gonna fucking hate that sort of situation. But it worked out great. They just came out with a pile of everything and threw everything at each other, and it was fucking amazing.
even cowbell.
Yeah,
more
I
cowbell.
need more cowbell, and it was great. It was great. Like it was. Yeah, that could be.
If you weren't a fan,
It's
of
gonna be
these
nominated
teams, you are now.
It's going to be nominated for match of the year.
Absolutely,
You have to. You have to put it in the conversation. You have to put it in conversation. Like it was the first match of its kind. I feel like that's wrong. I feel like I've seen a tag Hell in a Cell before. Am I crazy?
It wasn't for the championship. You saw a elimination chamber match for the tag team champions. That's the
Okay.
one that New Day won.
Okay. I wasn't sure which one it was because I felt like I'd seen something similar. I felt like
that was a
there
long
was
time
a
ago.
cage.
That was on their heel run.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's when Kalisto fell from the ceiling, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know. I just
Biggie's
thought
all like, I don't know, suckers. There's no way all three of us are fitting in that thing. You know why you didn't see Woods get out of the predicament he was in? Because you would have missed Biggie's comeback with the grab him by the beard, throw him out. Yeah.
It was everything about that match was as good as you were gonna get, and then they followed it up on Tuesday with getting everybody involved. I mean, as much as I wanted to see Pulp Fashion, because we got treated to a special edition of the Fashion Files on
night.
Sunday too. Seriously, that was one of the pops of the night.
People were excited. They're like, yeah, let's do this.
It's like, oh my God, Fashion
These
Files on the
guys.
pay-per-view? Yes. And then they said we were going to get Pulp Fashion. But I'm not going to hold that against them because we didn't need it.
Nope.
Because everybody got involved. Like, oh, this is how you book a tag team division. Apparently,
that was the reason they came out last in that promo, was because they're probably one of the most over teams besides.
and then the Ascension just riding coattails on it is great too.
You guys gotta follow us everywhere.
No. Brazongo's cool.
Yeah. Fashion Files is what's up.
Yeah, we kind of like it too.
When was the last time they had a match on TV?
It's been a while.
Over a month.
It's been a while.
And they're still one of the
Most over
popular
things on
teams
TV.
on that show.
It's been great.
It's over a month.
Make me feel great. It's great, man. I'm umming a lot today. I'm sorry. The other great match, like it or not, triple threat U.S. title. Fantastic.
That would be
Fantastic.
what I call the wrestling match of the night, because that's exactly what that was. Usually, sometimes a triple threat can be somewhat of a cluster, but it's AJ Styles, it's Baron Corbin, and it's the Perfect 10, Ty Dillinger, and it was a really, really awesome. It blew my expectations, especially the fact that they changed the match at the last second.
Mm-hmm.
Would it have been just as exciting if it was a one-on-one? Yeah, maybe. But the fact that they last-minute change really hyped up the match, and I thought it was really awesome. Baron Corbin did
Your
what
new
exactly what I
champion.
said he was going to do. He was going to go for the shortcut, and it worked.
Yeah, but it wasn't like the cheap heel shortcut.
It was let AJ hit Ty with a big move, get rid of AJ, cover Ty.
Oh yeah, it was great. But I like Baron Corbin is also way better on talking smack than he is on TV for microphone interviews, and I don't know why. I'm assuming it's because they want that one a little bit more scripted.
Yeah,
but
and shorter.
But he's way better when you just let him say what he's got to say Like, let him say it in whatever way he's going to say it, and give him a couple of points because he sounds way better.
Oh yeah,
on the
when
mic
he's
on Talking
talking
Smack.
trash from the heart, it's believable.
Because he really doesn't care.
He is that guy.
That's
No fucks given.
Right.
He cares about himself,
Right.
his family,
Right.
a few friends, and that's
that's
it. That's it.
it.
I don't give a shit about anybody else here. I don't have friends at work.
Right.
I just
don't need to.
get my paycheck and I go home.
Right. Right. I'm looking forward to seeing what Baron Corbin gets with this title now.
How'd you feel about that that title rematch on SmackDown?
What was the finish again?
The end of days.
Right. Oh yeah, he won it clean in the ring.
He won that
Right, he won
clean.
clean.
The end
Right,
of
right,
days,
right,
and
See, I just need a subtle push, a
Yeah.
reminder sometimes.
a push.
Push my brain in that direction.
There's only one guy that needs a push, and he didn't get it, so he went to
Yeah,
drastic
Ty.
measures.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we'll get there.
Hmm.
We'll get there. No Rusev Day.
No,
I don't know why.
that was. I think that's.
I don't know
That's
why.
is that what surprised you? Because everyone thought Rusev was picking that win. I think we all picked him.
Literally everyone.
Everyone.
Everyone? Everyone. It was possibly the night.
Oh, that's the only thing you didn't really like in that show.
Not the only thing. I
Oh,
said
okay.
possibly.
Because it was
Could be the no
because it
of
was
the
a
show.
decent match. It got time, told a story, but that
It was
sucks.
the finish doesn't make sense.
Yeah, well,
Because Rusev needs that way more than Randy could lose. This is what I said on Stone Cold Docs last week.
he could lose
Randy could lose for the next quarter century and no one would care.
unless, and this question was immediately brought up after he won. Are they gearing him up for something?
I don't know. What would it be?
A U.S. title match. I can't
for
imagine.
Baron?
I can't. Yeah, I can't imagine because that makes more sense than another gender match. Like
if they put him back with Jinder, I'm going to have
that.
some
There
serious
hasn't been
fucking
enough
problems.
time. There has not been enough.
I'm going to have some serious fucking problems if he gets into the WWE title picture again. Because I understand that he's Randy Orton and it makes sense for him to be competing for a world title.
There are other guys
But
that work
fuck
here.
you.
There are a lot of guys.
This has
that work
already
here.
happened and I don't want to see it again.
How many times did it happen? I'll tell you how many. 14 times already. There's other people that work here,
Right.
and really
Right.
and really need that push.
Right. And that's part of what made me. That was my low point on Sunday, or it's not Sunday, Tuesday too during SmackDown. By the way, SmackDown way better than Raw this week for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just covering a little bit of SmackDown with this because it's Hell in a Cell and it's a
We had
SmackDown show,
one
and
tweet
because
go
I
out
don't want
Monday.
to talk about Raw.
Yeah, we had
I
one
just don't
tweet
wanna
go out
talk
Monday.
about
I'm
it.
like, it's been kind of fun, and then the women's match happened.
The-
But
the-
anyway, we'll get to that.
Raw. The only thing that Raw really had going for it this week was the Shield, and I even feel like that's like, oh, let's just throw a bunch of people at everything because we know this made money in the past. Sort of.
Yeah.
It feels really forced, and it's an awful quick T-shirt you guys got. I didn't think you knew you guys were going to even be together before tonight. Like last week, you kind of thought about it, and then all of a sudden you have a shirt.
They gave each other the looks, and then I mean,
But you know what I mean?
Come on.
But you know what I mean?
I mean, come on. How quickly did Y2AJ come and go? It went down. I'll tell you how it went down.
But that was smart. But that was smart on Jericho and AJ's part, just to make the shirt for as a misdirect. This was just a shirt that just came out. Look, the guys didn't know that they were going to be together last week.
They probably really didn't.
But you know what I mean. But that's what I mean. Story wise,
yeah,
they didn't know that they were going to be together. And then they'd make that decision that night, and there's a T-shirt available. It's like, all right, this is obviously
We saw
getting
the
pushed because they need to make some waves and headlines because they got nothing else. Brock Lesnar's gone. Hell in a Cell.
Yes, getting distracted.
Sorry, we'll get there. Yeah, the Rusev thing bugged me. Like, he should have won. But we'll see where that goes, I guess.
Because what are we gonna do? Be 8 in English again? Nah. Wait, did he beat Aiden English?
No, Aiden English got a win over him, didn't he?
I think Aiden did.
No,
get a win over
but
Randy.
he crushed Aiden English at some. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Aiden
after
English
that.
is a C-level
Yeah,
player
that's
in,
right.
in the game right now.
That's right.
He's not as high as rated as he could.
What
be
we're
later
really
on.
wondering is what could they be doing with Randy?
But
and
I don't know.
I don't know, man. We'll have to just like just like you said before, you
What
have
I
to just
also
wait
don't
for the story
understand is why I don't care about Shinsuke Nakamura. Shinsuke Nakamura is my favorite wrestler. I will say that, and Shinsuke Nakamura is my favorite
that you don't
wrestler.
care about Shinsuke Nakamura. You just don't care about the WWE title picture right now because it's
Terrible.
After that month, it was about a month.
It was a month.
3 or 4 of the same promo.
Exactly
Beating
the
in the
same.
head. Exactly the same promo, just beating in the head. We needed a win. Like Shinsuke just needed to get that win, and the fact that we didn't get that payoff at Hell in a Cell was a little disheartening. It immediately turned me off, just like
Here's
that last
here's
promo.
why I'm so salty about it is because what they've been doing up until now has been mediocre piles of shit for the most part.
Yes.
The first week of that gender promo stuff where he's making fun of him and doing all that stuff, fine. But you can't do that the entire month. Like you can keep doing a little bits of the same, but wrestle, beat somebody up, do something. They only I don't need interaction from each guy.
Yeah.
But beat somebody up. Show
think
that you can actually go.
the
Show that
prob-
you can fuck
yeah.
somebody up. They haven't. Kurt Hawkins exists for a reason. Other guys
Yes.
like that can come on to other shows.
What happened to Kurt Hawkins?
Right.
I didn't see
Well,
him
he's
this
dead.
week.
Remember, he's dead.
Oh yeah.
Braun
he did
Strowman
good-
killed him.
He did go to the hospital.
He's dead.
Did he have?
Yeah, Kurt Hawkins is
he
dead.
Didn't have a match
The
since then?
streak will continue forever.
Oh, okay. I hope it doesn't end just like that, like for realsies. I do hope they do revisit that story.
But yeah, that's my point with the gender stuff. It's like
Yeah.
that. Like you can have all these other options. Like you made me not care.
I think I have a logical explanation why, but regardless,
He
it's
doesn't show
what
up
we
on
saw.
Tuesday.
Well, no, it's because
What was the tag match for on Tuesday?
it's because they have dark matches after 205
so
Live now.
I don't care.
They
You
don't.
know how many people have done double duty on those times?
They're
a
not,
lot.
but they're not doing it. They're not. For some reason, they decided, all right, you know what we need? We need 3 or 4
no one
nights.
shows up to a television
of
TV for the
promos.
dark match afterwards. That's a dumb reason.
Well, it's locally advertised. That's
no
why,
one shows
yeah.
up to SmackDown Live or Monday Night Raw for the main event, quote unquote, after the show.
It's after TV goes off.
I'm never there. I am not buying a ticket for that.
Well, we never have.
But that's what, exactly.
It
that's
just
my-
hasn't happened to us.
But
If
that's
we went
my
to a
point.
Raw taping and
What you're saying though
What?
is that they're using
Yeah.
those guys in dark matches after,
yeah, which is
Why?
why we had a month,
which is
of
dumb.
crappy promo, and no beating guys up. For some reason,
But
they
my
did.
counter to that is you shouldn't be doing that because no one is buying a
I'm not
ticket
saying
for the event
it's
afterwards.
I'm not saying it's the right thing to do. I'm saying that's what they're doing. What is that? Does that have something to do with 205 Live? Maybe because they can't keep top guys in on that division right now. It looks like they just leave. Austin Aries booked and didn't quite
Rumor
get into it
has
yet,
it.
but rumor
Yeah,
has
another
it Neville might have booked too, which is why
We'll get into that. We'll
Enzo
get into Raw a
was
little
champion in the first place. Don't get me wrong, Enzo as champion
kinda
is
great.
exactly what that show needs because every time he's on, he's talking all the shit and he's more or less backing it up.
Yeah. But going back to the Shinsuke thing,
Yeah.
it's just made me not give a shit about my
it's suffer-
favorite wrestler.
Shinsuke is suffering right now because
This
of
whole thing
whatever else.
We were
So dumb.
how excited were we when we found out?
We're really excited that we were going to get Shinsuke Nakamura as a possible WWE champion this year. It was possible this year.
I have no faith
AJ
that they're doing it
Styles
now.
was champ within less than a year. So it could have happened, but it's not.
And that's why I'm so
Yeah.
upset about this is because my favorite wrestler
Yeah. It's
now
rough.
looks like I don't care about my favorite wrestler. Like
rough.
you've made me not give a shit.
There's only
Because-
one way they could really fix this.
Well,
There's
look,
only
he
one.
He loses when it totally feels like he should be winning.
Yeah.
The finish of the match was, and then
It was a good finish. It was they made me think he was about to win it. It was that close, and then
and then on Tuesday,
nothing.
it's a random tag match, and there's no sight from nothing to be heard from Jinder at all.
Nothing.
Wouldn't
We
you
had
show
Shins-
up
we had
and
Shinsuke
say,
in
"Oh,
the
look
tag,
at that! I won. I beat the great Shinsuke Nakamura.
We just had Shinsuke in
Talk
a tag
shit.
with Randy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The WWE title was nowhere to be found.
No.
The Tuesday following a pay-per-view where
The
I thought...
WWE title was not featured on TV Tuesday. It was featured in a dark match.
I understand that you definitely
After
have...
everything. Like,
I understand that you do have more important things to talk about on that show. We talked about the ladies, right? Did
No,
we
we
talk about the
haven't-
women's
we
title
haven't
yet?
gotten
Yeah, we
into
did,
the-
because we talked about because you argued how Charlotte...
No,
loss.
we talked about locks
Won.
in the beginning, but we didn't really talk about the match or what they're doing.
It was a
with
good match.
Yeah.
I liked it. I love the let's beat the shit out of Charlotte, break her leg in half, take the DQW or the DQ
Or on
loss.
Or on Tuesday, what happened, Charlotte? Did you break your daddy's pathetic heart again? Forearm to the face, bitch.
That's pretty much what that says. We're just gonna have Natty and Charlotte still some more. So great.
And then the match where Carmella's getting covered, and you just see in
see
the
Ellsworth
corner
in the
screen, you
corner.
see
Perfect,
Ellsworth
perfect.
trying to reach her, but he can't because he's tied to the corner by the leash.
Love it. Everything they're doing with Ellsworth right now is perfect. There was something that I forgot somebody said about him distracting or doing something, and my response was anything for Carmella.
Yeah.
It works
Absolutely.
because everything he does is only for Carmella. Just like a good little slave troll thing.
Do you
should
remember? Do you remember months ago when you called him a little bitch? Well, he's really doing that
He's
now.
actually-
he's really
He's a
doing
bitch boy.
that. He's being a bitch boy, and yeah, sure,
Perfect.
How long is he contracted for? A year? Well, we're gonna use that year very wisely.
Yeah, man. He's gonna get involved somewhere. I don't know how, but something's gonna happen with him. I don't know. Either way. So Charlotte and Natalya are going through. I don't understand the... No, that's not where I'm going for. I completely lost fucking track now. God damn it. Yeah, the reason that I don't know why the tag match happened with Jinder without... I'm still hung up on Jinder. Jinder's terrible WWE title run. I'm sorry. We'll edit this out.
It's
in
TV.
post.
It's TV. You know what
The reason that we
TV got in
didn't
the
get
way.
all the other stuff, I guess Jinder was nowhere to be seen, was because the most important thing happened was from the final match, which probably also could be considered another match of the year contender again for the WWE. Shane McMahon challenged Kevin Owens to a Hell in a Cell match, and oh boy, what the fuck?
Terrifying.
That was amazing. Like I was
was
terrified.
petrified.
It was uncomfortable.
Absolutely. Like, what are you guys doing up there?
There was a good
It's a
10
slam
minutes.
after slam after slam on the roof, and it's, in the words of Dean Ambrose, I do not trust the structural integrity of that cell.
We've seen too many things being thrown off of it or through it to never trust it at
You
all.
need to see all you see it once, and that's all it takes.
Right.
Which,
Oh, right.
When you see what can happen.
And then you have there was a good 10 minutes of that match where everybody was quiet because they were legitimately terrified that one of these men were going to die.
Yeah.
There was no question in my mind.
the gas.
Shane was going to die.
Sucked that he was jumping off of that thing.
Something was happening, and then they kind of teased us and had that whole from the beating each other the outside, Kevin Owens taunting his children, just being
I'm gonna be daddy now.
Yeah, we somebody said they should call Child Protective Services on Shane. I forgot who it was, for continually bringing his kids out to watch him die. It makes why would you do that to your children? You're going to get destroyed in this match. And he did, and put some beatings out too. The coast to coast spot for the Kevin Owens gets thrown off the side of the cage through the announce table. Shane could have won.
Absolutely.
Shane could have absolutely
I
won.
thought it was over at that point.
It should have been over.
It should have been.
But that idiot decides to climb to the top of the cage. Why? I guess he really wants to kill Kevin Owens.
Well, his dad, Vince McMahon, ate a headbutt on TV.
Certainly did.
A frog splash,
Certainly
and he
did.
was probably talked out of taking a power bomb. Good Lord, that man! it had all the ingredients for a perfect.
They went through
and
everything in this match.
everything.
Seriously, this is one of the 2017 highlights of the year.
Everything
no
the New
question.
Day did not do they
did. Exactly.
That's one of the tricks of the Hell in a Cell match. Don't do the same thing they did.
The only thing that didn't happen in this match was blood. Like where the tag team match before didn't need it.
Not a drop.
Didn't need it. This maybe could have had it go even further if it did have blood.
Absolutely.
Like this is the only. I mean, you didn't really need it here either. I'm not saying that you should, but if you were gonna have somebody bleeding in a match, this was the match to have somebody bleeding.
Yeah.
Because if Shane was bleeding or Kevin was bleeding while they're lying on that table,
both of them.
And then
when they're 20 feet above the ring, just slamming each other left and right, throwing bombs.
Terrifying. I thought somebody was going to get thrown over the side.
Oh, it was so close to.
I really thought somebody was getting thrown over the side. Shane goes to the top, and as he's hurtling to the ground, why he does this to himself, I don't understand. But as he's hurtling to the ground, a guardian angel appears in the form of a competitor that I didn't know.
St. Peter himself.
We'll get into that.
Go ahead.
In the form of a man that no one was expecting.
No.
Sami Zayn saves Kevin Owens from certain doom. Certain doom. He was dead.
Mm-hmm.
And Shane McMahon bounces. Dude, watch that video. Shane McMahon bounces when he hits the ground.
He went splat. I was expecting like an airbag like at WrestleMania last year when he dove off the top and
there was some cushioning.
No, dude, it just
not nearly as much. No,
just
that
watch
table,
it again. It just went.
That table's got some extra padding in it. You can tell the table's not the normal table.
It looked a little wider than the other tables.
Either
but
way,
he's
jumping off a 20-foot cage to a table.
Yes.
He bounced.
Yeah.
He's probably going to be in the hospital for a few days.
Broken ribs, most likely.
It's lots of pain.
Shattered elbow, there's a chance.
Yeah, there's a chance for a lot of things. Concussion, broken bones. You're dead falling. You're throwing yourself off the side of a building. Onto a table. What is wrong with you?
That is how you write off a commissioner.
Yeah, right? Then Sammy looks like he's struggling with what the fuck he just did, which was the best part. Because he stares at his kids, and it looks like he goes, oh my God, what have I just done? And then I guess realizes, well, I might as well go all in with this, and throws Kevin Owens onto Shane as the doctors are trying to make sure he's okay, and the match isn't over, so the ref is forced to count to 3, and Kevin Owens finishes the job and beats Shane McMahon in Hell in a Cell.
All by himself. Forget Monday Night Raw. The question everyone had in their minds
Monday Night Raw
was, why, Sammy, why? And they told us why on Tuesday.
They certainly did, sir.
And what was probably the best argument I've ever heard someone from a supposed heel turn would say. Best argument ever. It didn't feel like a real heel turn to me because when he laid out his explanation, he attached it to his principles of being a good guy. Like this guy's been a lot to me. He's been my friend. He's been my worst enemy, but he's my brother. And Shane has not done Sammy any favors since he's been there. And his last straw was when he just
he shoved him off,
just
and then
ignored
he got involved
him, just walked
in the
away.
match. That was what I was saying. I hope I said it on Stone Cold Locks. I don't remember what I say week to week. The being involved and getting involved in Sammy's stuff and brushing him off and not listening to him. I said all of those things of what if Sami Zayn decides to say, fuck it. He hasn't really done anything for me, and then there we go. And probably the most best booked heel turns I've ever seen. Now we have the best friends together again. And it's I say it's going to be better than Y2KO.
It could be.
It's going to be a festival of friendship for a year. I want it all. Just give it to me. I want them to. They could go in tag division Can you imagine them in the tag division?
Yeah.
Holy fucking shit!
I can imagine a lot of teams in the tag division, but
There's a
that's
lot of
not
all of a
happening.
sudden the tag division got all showcased, and then speaking of the tag division, Rowan and Harper are back.
They are.
Their names are terrible, but
Absolutely. But how cool is that repackage?
I'm all right with it.
It felt like War Machine,
Yeah,
but
with hammers,
darker and creepy.
and hammers.
Bludgeon Brothers.
Sure.
Oh boy.
I
That's what
guess.
someone tweeted, like, that is all Vince.
But when we get into Tuesday, we get Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens in. It's wonderful. They're
Kevin Owens, everybody.
no.
No. Sami Zayn.
No. The Victorious. Yeah, I want all I can handle of it for the next year. I don't want them to break it anytime soon. And if they go on this rocket ship, they could be co-champions. They can do a lot of things.
Because
with
Sami Zayn by himself just gets you mediocrity. Like, I think everyone finished his sentence when he during that promo, because I felt where he was coming from.
Yeah,
that's my only problem with calling it a heel turn, because it doesn't really feel like a heel turn. It feels like, hey, like I just
long overdue.
I think I did what I needed to do. I'm not proud of it, but at the same time, I think I did what was right.
Yeah, and I don't really have any issues with SmackDown this week. Other than like their world title choices, that's the only problem.
Just
I
the
have.
way they're booking that is just
you know what it is?
Because it's mind-boggling.
That's what it is.
Absolutely.
It just makes zero sense. And my favorite wrestler I now don't care about. I got no progression with that, but I got a lot of progression in other places. So I'm not really gonna shit on too much. I mean, we have a great U.S. title thing happening. We've got a great Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn are together. I was the Twitter sphere exploded when that happened.
Oh yeah.
It was freak out from everywhere. Like, people were giddy, people were sad, people were happy, people were jumping. It was lunacy. Cats, dogs living together, mass hysteria. It was insane. And then they show up on Tuesday and they're sharing a dressing room, Joshua.
That's right. It did say both of their
They
names.
were sharing a dressing room, and it couldn't be much better than that.
We're waiting to hear from comments from Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, but unfortunately, they're
gonna
making
make
us
us wait.
wait. Boo!
Exactly. And then he comes into the ring being with that shit-eating grin on his face, acting like a dick when he gets to the freaking...
I almost forgot the best part was before the explanation, he had to clarify, I didn't know you were going to do this. Like, please tell us why you did.
Yeah.
And it was
Wonderful.
perfect.
Like, goes to mouths to
Great.
Kevin Owens as he's getting up the stairs super slow, and everybody, they're trying to get everybody pumped up, knowing that nobody's going to come along with them.
Yeah. Like, come on, guys, I'm here.
And then he
Yeah.
mouths to Kevin Owens, I love this song.
You did. I didn't see that. That's great.
Unfortunately, though, we have to move along to Monday Night Raw.
Let's make this painless.
Monday Night Raw is a long show, and I apologize for it.
Not all of it was bad,
No,
but
that woman's match was awful.
good Lord, that was
It was not very good.
I like, nobody must have known when they walked in the building they were doing that match. And they're just like, oh, by the way, we're gonna need this last second. How do you?
And
oh,
spoiler alert, no one's ready.
no,
No one's ready.
no one's ready.
No one's ready.
Oh, Emma won. She's still not ready.
No, no
Nope.
one's ready. And
Nope.
that was
I was doing stuff when that match was on, but I kept when I looked at the screen, I couldn't find anybody. Where did everyone go?
they didn't. First off, they didn't know on commentary even that it was just a fatal five, that it was an elimination match.
Yeah, there was that. That was that botch too, where they got the 3.
And like,
and
I guess
then-
Bailey won. Oh, I guess she's just
Yeah.
eliminated. Never mind.
Whoops! I didn't.
Yeah, it was not
Because that's
one of the best.
If you go
moments
back,
of the
if you go
women's
back,
division.
they said fatal 5-way.
Yeah,
That means one pinfall. Like, oh no, elimination. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Well, you know what? No one's ready.
No one's ready.
No one's ready.
Regardless.
Not even the bright spot that was the women's division this week in Mickie James and Biscuit Butt.
Biscuit.
I love Biscuit Butt. I can't wait for this feud to keep going. It's great. The old-timey film reel.
Yeah. First of all, she's talking about it, and everyone goes, "Oh dear Lord, this is your life again."
Right.
Immediately,
We braced for
we
impact
immediately
there.
had bad flashbacks.
We were bracing for impact super hard. We're like, no.
Don't. And then it was,
And then all of a sudden it was...
Good news, everyone.
Don't worry. This is going to be great. And it was like, here's Mickie James in her formative glory, 6-time women's champion. Perfect. It was
celebrating
it was
her right to vote. Something ridiculous.
It was wonderful that it's just building more heat to this story because this is exactly what I've been missing out of this division is a former champion going at it toe-to-toe with the new one, and then the other women competing over fucking something at least.
Yeah.
The match wasn't that great, but at least they're out there competing for something and getting a bunch of other people involved. No one is ready. So no one's ready.
That needs, dare I say, that needs to be the second to last match of the night.
It's either got to start the show.
It's either going to start or it's going to be it needs to be before the main event. I think it needs to be right before the main event.
Headline something.
Absolutely.
I don't need it to be.
And what better than a
I
dual
don't want
main
that.
event? They debuting undefeated.
Because they're gonna
undisputed.
because they've been doing this the last month or two, like a couple of months, where they're always gonna have that breather match right before the main event. They're just doing it that way.
I can dream at least.
I know. I feel like it would be better to have Asuka open the show. Because, this is what we're here for.
Yep.
Asuka's going to whoop somebody's ass.
I mean,
guess
that would be
what?
funny
because
no one would be ready for it. It'd be like,
one's ready.
oh shit, this is on right now?
Yeah, let's do it.
No one's ready now.
And I don't mind it. It's going to be a good first match for her because she's already got chemistry with Emma.
Yes.
We know we can put on a match together, and she's not ready either.
Nope.
Foxy's going to be next because I guess she feels like she needs to
have
be
the rest of
involved
the division out there so they can all see the type of beatings they're going to
Yeah,
get.
you guys watch from the stage. Watch. I'm coming for
Watch
all
from
y'all.
watch from ringside. You need to get a good view. Get a good view of this.
She work here?
Emba who?
Well, it's still one of my favorite lines. She work here?
I don't know which promo was better, that or it's mine.
I thought it was all the same part.
Gremlins. No,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that was a separate promo.
No, still,
but
who cares?
Gold.
No one's ready still. The Shield is officially back together. We kind of talked about it before.
Yes.
We knew it was coming. My biggest issue with this is, I guess Bo Dallas is hurt.
Yes.
So we can't really do that. Well, that's fine. But those are the two guys that would benefit the most out of this. Like if you, instead of having the Bar in there, I understand why the Bar is kind of in there because they want the draw power and they've had a feud with Seth and Dean.
How do you get? They ran into a Raw predicament, which they probably have every week, leading up to a pay-per-view.
Here's what they did.
How do we get all these guys on the show?
No, what they did is they had the idea for a match, and they put the match together, and they didn't get everybody together for the match. Their ends didn't justify the means.
They were doing this at least a week out because last week it was Dean and Braun fought each other in an open match.
I understand.
Seth had one, and then
how we got there was very poorly done for all of it. It feels rushed in a lot of places. It feels like, why is this guy... Before all of these things started happening, before Dean challenged Braun, why did he challenge Braun? Before the Shield attacked Roman in the IC match, why did they attack Roman?
Because what happened at the end of those matches? They lost.
Again.
Braun won because by themselves, they can't do shit.
About Braun. I'm just saying, like, there is no reason for the Bar to have attacked Roman Reigns. There's none.
Sure.
There's no reason.
Yeah.
There's absolutely none. There's no reason for Dean to have ever wanted to... I mean, that's just saying he's crazy. But Braun Strowman.
I
Whatever.
mean,
the Braun Strowman thing came later. Either way, if we're just thinking about this going at 3v3,
Yeah.
they just said, "Hey, what would be cool? These three guys put the Shield back together, whatever." Right? Fine. Yeah, but get me there. They didn't get me there.
No, it was definitely felt last minute, and it could just be very
And
well
it feels
because
like we don't know what's going on. Brock Lesnar's not here. We need to have a big thing.
No, nothing to do with Brock. It could have literally just been because Bo was hurt and could not show up that night. They said, "Well, we need to promote this, and we need."
I don't even mind
beef
that
it up.
the Miz Taraj aren't involved.
Yeah.
I don't even mind that so much anymore. But again, how we got there for everything is suspect. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Like, why are we fighting? I don't know. The Miz decided to one day pick up on something that because Dean and whatever and Seth got together, and then he started to, when he got into this thing with Roman Reigns, fuck around with the Shield, and that's how that sort of got together.
Feels
But
lazy.
It's lazy as shit.
Absolutely.
It's lazy as shit.
Yeah.
Like, I want to be super, super, super excited, but this is going to be one of those times where the match that they put on paper that they had the idea for is probably going to be very good, but everything up to that point is going to be whatever.
Whatever vision they had for
bugging me
TLC
with this whole thing.
got scrapped, and the compromise they came up with. Well, let's just merge this idea with that idea, and it's just like, they're just going with it.
It almost feels like a cash grab to me. Like they're just doing it as a random fan service that's going to quickly go away as soon as it came in. And that's what I want. That's what I don't want. Yeah, that's what I don't want.
Marketing
Like,
for
if you're going to come out, do this for a little while. Don't just do it as a holdover spot for a month just to get a pay-per-view.
We don't know
I
if
would have
that's
had
what's going to be.
But
But
put
it
the titles
probably
on the line or something.
But that's the thing, because they all have titles. I don't
Put them
think.
all on the line. You need to climb up the ladder in a TLC match to get something,
When
right?
was the last time they did that, where they literally had a trios or a faction defend all their titles at the same time? They don't really do
that's
that.
the thing. They don't have to. They're not both. It would be different. It would make a reason for
absolutely.
being in the match.
Oh yeah, I'm not at all saying your
I need a
argument's
reason.
a bad idea.
Just give me a reason, and they're not clearly. They're really not giving me a reason other than, hey, the Shield's back. Isn't that cool? Yeah, it's cool, but I need a reason.
Nothing.
Other than that, you're just pandering and looking to make fucking T-shirt money. Like, I want more than just that. I mean, come on. Even the fashion files. It's dumb. It's stupid. But there's a reason for being. It's an entertaining part of the show. The Shield is just like, all right, the Shield's here. Like,
Well, they didn't explain 2B for like months, forever,
It doesn't
for
matter.
weeks. They're like, and then immediately they're talking about like,
It's-
hey,
but
oh my
that's
God,
some-
you mean we put an innocent man away? They completely just like glazing over. Like, what do you mean you wrapped up the case? Who'd you put away?
Exactly.
Moving on.
But in that segment, that makes sense, and it's just part of the thing. You know what I mean? With the Shield, it just feels like it's being pushed. We're gonna sell shirts for a month to try and make a bunch of money off a bunch of people that just wanted to see the Shield back. And I'm like, if just you can do it, it could be so much more.
They could stretch this out for a while.
They could.
It's Raw. They could stretch this out for WrestleMania.
But what this also does is takes focus off of more titles. And now we have all of the titles that have to do with the men not involved with anything.
Nope.
There's no Universal title. The IC title is a paperweight around the Miz. He's not being defended. The tag
It
titles
is
are
just
now,
not.
now they're not being defended for
Oh no,
another 3
not
weeks.
on this pay-per-view.
Right.
It's
That's what I'm
last
saying,
time.
for
The
more
last
weeks.
2 times. The last 3. No, it's been defended. Jeff Hardy had a title match. He lost, but unfortunately got hurt, so that's why that had to get scrapped. Jason Jordan had a title opportunity at No Mercy. He lost.
Mm-hmm.
Roman Reigns had a title opportunity, and he lost due to interference.
And
from
now these are
going
to just take a back seat again. Like all of the tag title, everything's just going to go away. Because
I would
we
rather
have
they
all
don't
these
get lumped
things-
together, because when you lump them together like
No, they're
that,
not
they
getting
never
lumped
do it.
together, though. But now we
No.
Now we have no titles, and no one gives a shit about
TLC,
anything.
they're all lumped together and they're not on the line. That's what's boring about it. That's what's turning you off about it, is they're not. It's
You
not
have
for
an opportunity
something.
to make this bigger.
Yeah.
and
And they're not
better.
doing it. And they're not doing it. They're not doing it. It's just a cool match. at best.
I don't want just a cool match.
But
You
that's
know
what
what
you're
makes
getting.
matches cooler? Good stories that
Yeah.
go along with it.
Welcome
you
to
know
Raw.
How I'm excited? You know what made KO and Shane so great? The story that went along with it.
Yeah.
And the twist ending of Sami Zayn coming out and all of a sudden being best friends with Kevin Owens again. And now I want to see everything that they do. You know what makes a fucking shit story? Jinder and fucking Shinsuke, apparently. And now I don't care about either of them. This is, hey, this is cool, but can we give a reason? Because other people work here, and we have all of these things that could be incorporated with other fucking people. And now we're jamming everybody into this one match, and instead of spreading some, like, all of these guys can still be in this match, except for the titles. How about we take the titles out of here and have them competed for during this show?
It's a
now
big-
you have all of those
Yeah.
plus the titles,
No.
now you're not using a big part of the equation.
I understand. I'm just saying. I agree. It's a missed opportunity.
And it's bullshit.
Yeah. That's why SmackDown Live clearly won the week this week because
And
I
Kalisto's
couldn't.
Cruiserweight champ.
And Kalisto's Cruiserweight champ. I couldn't not watch SmackDown Live this week.
Oh, yeah. It was must-see
205
television.
Live is still a fun show to watch. I need to get through Drew Gulak's presentation for a better 205 Live.
Oh, man.
I bet you.
I don't know why that shirt doesn't exist.
What shirt?
That shirt's not on the shop.
Oh, the Gulak shirt?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Also, WWE, can I get
you know how
Kairi
long-
Sane's music anywhere, please?
Do you know how long I
need to go on a
waited?
fucking adventure.
Do you know how long I waited for an Aleister Black t-shirt? It took a little while, dude. It's on pre-order, probably.
I need Kairi Sane's music. I need to go on an adventure.
Yeah.
And when we want to do something, I can use it as a drop. It's
NXT,
wonderful.
NXT's holding out on you. And
guess
it's like,
so.
come on, give me that.
Kalisto is randomly the Cruiserweight champion.
And you pointed out that it very interesting that they went back to an old mask, old music.
Yeah, because didn't he have new music for a minute?
He did. It was that one that started with that, but
Yeah.
and I don't know what happened with that.
Because they went back to the face thing that worked, or that they quote unquote knew worked, and they were going to put it on somebody. I don't know what the deal is, because the bigger news out of this is the giant rumor that Neville is no longer with the company, which at this point I'm taking with a huge grain of salt, but there's a lot.
It could explain
of
what's
reports.
going on right now, but you know, we want they make official statements. They made an official statement when Austin Aries left. They didn't wait too long. It's when that before the ink was even dry. They tweeted it.
Well, this might be a bit different, because the one big report that's coming out, and again,
Yeah, that he walked out.
this is pretty much hearsay, but they're saying that he walked out like during the show, which is a big deal. And I don't know, man. If that's true, we
What's
could be
going on there?
yeah, I'm curious to know what's going on.
Like what?
So
What is the problem? Like we
With-
need to.
with the cruiserweights,
This could
then.
very well address. This could be connected to the of addressing the issue, which is what is the problem with 205 Live? What is the problem with the cruiserweight division? And it's because they don't interact with anybody. That's what it seems.
Yeah. That's
what it
our
seems.
biggest issue, is that they can they
That's our
can
biggest
wrestle other
complaint.
people.
Yeah.
Like Neville, especially, can wrestle a whole
Yeah,
fuck ton of other people.
they're exclusive to Raw. Use them in other parts of the show.
Yeah, you need a big guy to
You
go
know?
over a smaller guy. Use a cruiserweight.
Right? Do they
If you need them to
do they
show,
have a separate locker room, like in a trailer down the street somewhere? No, they're in the
van
same
down by the
building.
river?
They're in the they're in the same building. Why can't they?
I don't know.
You know, and that could be.
That could be. I mean,
that
everything-
could be why
anything-
we'll have. Well, I'm sure we'll have to wait. We might have to wait a little while to get to hear. Well, I don't know how long it was. What?
I have no idea.
It was like a week or so before we heard from Austin
I
Aries.
really don't know.
Or
I don't know. I really
I
don't
don't know.
man.
I don't know.
It's everything we could think of is we're just speculating because we don't work there. I mean, but the story is he walked out and says, "I'm done," sort of thing, like a CM Punky sort of thing. I don't know, man.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm more curious about, and this is where we can go a little bit better, if he did leave, oh boy, am I excited to see what he does after. Because if he decides to stay wrestling, he's got to wait 6 months or so.
After the
usually.
shock was the, oh man, we could have this possibly.
Yeah, we could have a lot of
We
possibilities.
could have Will
because
Ospreay versus
First
Neville.
off, the bigger point is Neville is a superstar anywhere in the world for whatever company he decides to go to, if he decides to keep wrestling after this. And I can't imagine he would quit wrestling altogether.
No.
Like he could,
hopefully not.
If this is all true, here's what I would do if I was in Neville's shoes. Hang out, go on vacation, because he's got that WWE schedule for a long time.
Got to take a break.
You get like 6 months non-compete or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Take a long 6-month vacation. It'll be wonderful. He'll recharge his batteries. He'll get to see some loved ones. He'll have a few drinks, and then he gets to take all of the contract offers that will be rolling in.
I imagine. I would be...
People will be throwing money at him. Are you kidding me? Ring of Honor, New Japan,
It's true. He's like the hot...
Impact.
He's like the hottest free agent.
Disgusted
He's
about
like one of
that.
the hottest free agents on the market right now. If that's what it is. Well, when he is on the market.
He could be a major superstar.
So exciting.
In New Japan.
If he wrestles Ospreay
Oh
for
my
the junior
God.
heavyweight championship, guess what? You still wrestle other guys in that company.
Sometimes.
Yeah. Tag matches, dude.
Yeah.
It's always a mix of heavies and juniors.
Yeah.
Always. You know why? Because faction. Where if he was in New Japan, what faction would he be in?
I don't know. I don't
There's
know.
another good question.
I don't know.
You gonna stick with the heel gimmick? Maybe put him in BC or LIJ?
I don't know. Well, BC would make sense because he's a Gaijun.
Mhm.
So you add him to that.
So is
but I think
Suzuki-gun
they're a little crowded.
might be a little stacked already.
There's a lot of options. There's just a lot of options. He's got so many different places that he can fit in, and there's so much talent already over there. I would almost like to see him maybe show up in Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
Like those are the two big places that I would think of.
I need
Ring of Honor
Cody
and
to give him a
Japan.
chance to kiss the ring.
The place I don't want to see him go. We all know where I'm going to say. You know where I don't want to
Why?
see him.
You're not
going to
see him. What are you even talking about?
Right, exactly. Because I won't see him there.
Yeah, he's not gonna go there.
I hope he doesn't go
They don't have the
back.
money. They can't afford him. They can't. They can't.
true.
They can't.
True.
They tried. What was it? They tried launching an
Yeah, they do.
on-demand
No, it's
video
on.
on
It's
demand
up.
service,
It's up.
and either they tried to do it themselves or they got ripped off big time by somebody because because like I said, it launched completely unsecured, which gives hackers the ability to steal credit
Oh
cards.
yeah, it's inviting people to steal everything.
Absolutely inviting people. I mean, how do you mean? What do you mean you don't have a secure checkout? Like, so either they tried to do this themselves or they got ripped off. They got had.
Well, that's what I saw. So I don't know if that's changed since I saw that.
Yeah.
So if you guys want to check that out, buyer beware.
Hmm.
Make sure you check out that you always buy stuff online via secure connections, people. Don't let them don't get eliminated.
If you thought Equifax was bad,
Oof. Well, what other things? That's pretty much it, right? Like
Yeah.
we didn't get too much. I mean, the Neville thing is a shocker. Like I don't understand that at all. No one's ready. Why, Sammy? Why? Yes, Sammy. Yes. Like I love it now. It's the greatest thing ever. I'm so giddy about that storyline. Oh, Sister Abigail. Everybody fucking hated it. Everybody hated it.
that's exactly what I thought it was going to be.
Everyone hated it.
Fuck 'em. How about that? Put that sound bit in the beginning of the show.
Well, yeah. You know what? Everybody was saying it was Sister Chipmunk.
Yeah. Yeah. That
That's what
was the only
everybody
thing I
was
didn't
freaking
like
out
was
about.
like the obviously bad distortion.
But you had here's my defense of it, even though I'm probably going to sound like an apologist here for it, but you had to make it sound female because it's Sister Abigail.
Yeah.
But you also had to do this way of trying to keep it Bray's voice because it's still Bray's voice.
Yeah.
So it's got to sound
Still
spooky
him.
and almost metallic and high pitched enough to where it's like this weird combination of the two. I feel like you could have made it a little creepier, and they erred on the side of safety in that one, so it didn't come off quite as good. But it wasn't as bad as everybody's freaking the fuck out about.
You know what I would have liked about it? Now, hear me out. I know we're running a little long,
No, of course.
but I wanted to just. What about this? What if
What if
Sister Abigail
Sister Abigail?
was like Quado on Total Recall. It was a where Bray just goes silent, cocks the head back, and then obviously,
No, God, please, no!
God damn, this one's too long.
That's done.
No,
rid of
obviously
that part on the end.
don't have a prosthetic alien on his chest, but just a voice that you could hear. You know what I'm saying?
I guess.
Something like that
I guess.
would have been creepy. He could have done it in the ring
Right.
rather than on a
It's
video
not
that felt
as-
like it felt like it went a little too long.
It's not as bad as it could have been.
Yeah. Oh, it could have been way
Or-
worse.
and
It could have been way worse.
And people that are making it out to be, it's not as bad as people are making it out to be. Yes, it's weird. Yes, they could have done a little better with it. But that's Raw, apparently.
Yeah.
Raw's name should just be changed. Could have done a little better with it.
Woulda, coulda, shoulda. That's what I'm going with.
Much like the Giants are settled for 3.
I think they're all out of wide receivers now,
They're
aren't they?
done. They're all dead.
So who's gonna catch the ball?
Apparently you are.
Oh, she's saying I should sign up. All right.
Yeah, give it a shot.
Yeah.
You have
I
just-
need a little extra pine tar.
there's a wrong game.
What is it?
Stick 'em.
Oh, stick 'em.
Pine tar is the stuff they use on bats and baseball. to
It's the
kinda
same
make
thing.
it-
Grip, whatever.
Yeah, I know. You were in the right ballpark.
Yeah, I tried. Wrong
The,
ballpark. Wrong sport.
No, but seriously, there's been some weeks where I've had just as many touchdowns as the wide receiving core of the Giants. It's that bad.
Sippo.
Yeah, zero.
Nada.
Everyone's ready. I that's it. I'm done. I'm
I'm
done
out.
with this. We're done here. That's it. We're going home. At the WHBC on Twitter. Facebook.com/World Heavyweight Podcast. World Heavyweight Podcast.podbean.com. Twitch.tv/the WHPC. Excuse me.
Look
Twitch
for
dot-
content coming on there soon.
Yes, I would like to do besides me streaming stuff and playing a whole lot of fucking Destiny, if you'd like to play Destiny, hit us up. We would like more people to do lots of the things in Destiny. Then we would like to do this trial of let's make fun of some old pay-per-views. Get some people on there, get the chat room going, watch some really terrible, terrible wrestling.
Like there's plenty of lists out there of all the bad shit that we can.
Right,
that
but
we can just,
since we got War Games coming up, I'd like to see an old War Games. We've got.
Okay.
I want to do the once a month pay-per-view, twice a month pay-per-view, whatever we're getting. Like TLC's coming up next. Let's watch TLC 2016, the previous year. It's got AJ Styles in it, so it can't be all bad.
I like that. I like the reasoning. Hey, you know what?
Can't be all bad.
I tell you what. You know what might bring Shinsuke back? The Rumble is coming around the corner.
Yeah, but
And that's it. You heard it first. Shinsuke Nakamura, your Royal Rumble winner of 2018. That will erase all this bullshit.
Maybe.
That's the only thing that could erase
Maybe.
this.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see.
You'll forget all about it.
That's it. I'm going home.
Good night, everybody.
Stadler?
Yeah, what?
Is that it?
Yes, it's over. How'd you like it?
I don't know. I slept through the whole thing.
Well, you didn't miss much.